So I'm doing Back to the Future by Jason Deloy. For the introduction to Back to the Future, it was released in 1985, directed by Robert Zemeckis, a genre-blending film combining science fiction, comedy, and adventure. Follows Marty McFly and Dr. Emmett Brown, which is Doc, on a journey through time. Central plot: fixing disruptions in time caused by Marty's unintended actions in 1955. This is a picture of Marty, and this is a picture of Doc. There was various different movies. There was 3 movies in total. The first one was Back to the Future, made in 1985. Marty McFly accidentally travels from 1985 to 1955 in Doc Brown's DeLorean time machine. He disrupts his parents' first meeting and must fix the timeline while finding a way back to 1985. For the second movie, it was Back to the Future Part 2, 1989. Marty and Doc traveled to 2015 to prevent a family crisis, but inadvertently created a dystopian alternate 1985 when Biff misuses the time machine. They return to 1955 to fix the timeline, navigating challenges from overlapping events in the first Old West. In the first movie. For the Back to the Future Part 3, it was made in 1990. Stranded in 1885, Marty discovers Doc has been living in the Old West. They face challenges from outlaw Buford Mad Dog Tannen while attempting to repair the DeLorean and return to 1985. The movie ends with a heartwarming conclusion to the trilogy. This is each of the movie. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Plot highlights. In Act 1, 1985 setup, introduced Marty McFly, his family, and Doc Brown. Marty accidentally travels to 1955 using the DeLorean during an experiment gone wrong. Act 2, 1955 chaos. Marty meets his teenage parents. He inadvertently disrupts their first meeting. Enlists Doc Brown help to fix the time and return to the future. Act 3, climatic return. Marty orchestrates his parents' meeting, a thrilling sequence to power the DeLorean with lightning to return to 1985. The sci-fi foundation of Back to the Future. Key sci-fi elements in the film. Time travel. Central premise enabled by the DeLorean, powered by a flux capacitor. 2. Technology. The DeLorean itself is a speculative technological marvel. 3. Causality and paradoxes. Explores the ripple effects of altering past events. Step 4. Speculative science. Use of gigawatts and plutonium for time travel. So each of these were in the movie and a part of and how they relate to science fiction. For the themes of science fiction and Back to the Future. First one, cause and effect. How minor change in the past alter the future. Example, Marty's parents' relationship. Human impact on technology highlights both the ingenuity and potential consequences of science fiction advancements. Optimism versus dystopia. Unlike some sci-fi, Back to the Future is optimistic, focusing on personal and family improvement. And this is a picture of a train they took that was time travel. But yeah. And Marty messes up his parents' relationship when they first met. 2, like it shows all the technology and advancements have come throughout the film. Comparison to classic sci-fi tropes. 1. H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. Philosophical reflections on time travel. This is The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. The book. I know we didn't cover it in class, but I thought it would be nice because we talked about H.G. Wells. Albert Einstein's theories. Doc's character pays homage to Einstein, linking the film to real scientific principles. So, what Doc does, it's like showing what Einstein did back in the day. And then 3, alternative alternate realities, a hallmark of sci-fi that Back to the Future touches upon with its disrupted timelines. So when Marty went back and altered stuff, that's what I mean by that. Influence on science fiction as a genre. Paved the way for blending humor with sci-fi themes. Inspired future films like Rick and Morty, homage to Doc and Marty. Established time travel as a versatile storytelling device in pop culture. So it some of these scenes were really funny. So and that were sci-fi. And then it inspired shows like Rick and Morty because they basically do the same thing. It's like grandpa and son, and they time travel everywhere, and and it's just funny and everything. And I thought that was a fun fact to throw in. And established time travel as versatility, storytelling, device, and pop culture. And then this is a picture of Doc and Marty in the car, and this is another one before they're about to time travel. For my conclusion is key takeaways. Back to the Future is a prime example of how science fiction can be both entertaining and thought-provoking. The film explores the ethical, social, and personal implications of science. Its legacy continues to influence the genre and captive audience. So what I mean by the first one is, it shows how science fiction is not just boring. It could actually be entertaining if you're really into it. For the second one, it's the um like it shows like everything you can do with science fiction, like social aspects, personal aspects, like that. And then its legacy continues to influence the genre and captive audiences. So it wants it wants people to be influenced to make more shows, and yeah. Well, that's all. The end. Thanks for listening.